The Young and the Restless has been a beloved soap opera since it first aired in 1973. This long-running show, still captivating audiences today, dives into the drama-filled lives of the Newman and Abbott families, who clash over power in the cosmetics world. Over the decades, many characters have come and gone, but a few dedicated actors have stayed with the show for thousands of episodes, becoming icons in daytime television. Let's take a journey through the early days and recent moments of the show's longest-running cast members, exploring how their characters have evolved. Number 10. Christian Jules LeBlanc as Michael Baldwin, 1991 to 2025. When Christian Jules LeBlanc stepped into the role of Michael Baldwin in 1991, he brought to life a character who was a true troublemaker. Michael was the kind of guy who stirred up chaos, especially with his dark schemes, like creeping through walls to terrorize someone. Those wild days landed him in prison, causing a break from the show between 1993 and 1997. But when he returned, Michael became a steady presence, appearing in over 2,000 episodes. Over time, Michael's rough edges softened. His backstory revealed a tough family life that shaped his earlier bad behavior. Now, as a lawyer, he's left most of his scheming behind. His marriage to Lauren Fenmore and their son have grounded him, turning him into a calmer, more mature figure, though he still carries a spark of his old fire. Number 9. Michelle Stafford as Phyllis Summers, 1994 to 2025. Michelle Stafford's Phyllis Summers burst onto the scene in 1994 like a storm. Described as a hurricane in high heels, Phyllis was a bold, impulsive groupie who shook things up by claiming her child belonged to a rock star in the show. This led to a fiery marriage and a decades-long feud with the rocker's ex-wife. Phyllis, known for chasing men already in love with others, often ended up in messy breakups filled with sharp words and betrayal. In the 1990s, Phyllis was one of the most disliked characters, with fans booing Stafford at events like a 1995 Mardi Gras parade, shouting at her to stay away from Danny. Stafford embraced the hate, loving the passion her role sparked. After more than 2,400 episodes, Phyllis has calmed down a bit, teaming up for schemes less often. She still keeps a friendly connection with her old flame Michael Baldwin, but leaves most of the drama to younger characters. Number 8. Kate Linder as Esther Valentine, 1982 to 2025. Kate Linder joined the show in 1982 as Esther Valentine, starting with just one line as a maid in the Chancellor Mansion. For years, she was a background character, but her role grew thanks to Jean Cooper, who played Catherine Chancellor and gave the maid the name Esther on a whim. That name stuck, and Esther became a beloved part of the show. Unlike most soap opera characters, Esther is known for her humor and innocence, offering lighthearted moments in a drama-heavy series. Linder balanced her acting with a job as a flight attendant, a rare feat for a soap star. After Catherine's death, Esther inherited part of the estate and became a key figure in the show's emotional moments, like Mourning Catherine. She's also developed her own storylines, reconnecting with her daughter and grandchild, making her more than just comic relief. Number 7. Amelia Heinle as Victoria Newman, 2005 to 2025. Amelia Heinle took on the role of Victoria Newman in 2005, stepping into the shoes of a character born on the show in 1982. Victoria, a central figure in the Newman family, was a jealous, rebellious child who caused trouble and got sent to boarding school. By her teens, she was already navigating marriages and divorces, setting the stage for a complex life. When Heinle joined, Victoria was a sharp businesswoman, willing to bend the rules to get ahead. Her relationships, including one with the abusive JT and another with rival Billy, have been rocky, but she's grown into a strong mother of 4. Heinle's portrayal has shown Victoria moving beyond her bratty past to become a powerful, layered character in over 2,400 episodes. Number 6. Sharon Case as Sharon Collins, 1994 to 2025. Sharon Case became Sharon Collins in 1994, taking over a role briefly played by others. Sharon arrived in Genoa City as a teenager, quickly falling for Nick Newman. Their on-again, off-again romance has been a cornerstone of the show, marked by heartbreak, kidnappings, and abuse. Sharon's life has been anything but easy, with dramatic moments like burning down the Newman ranch and marrying her ex's father to protect his wealth. What sets Sharon apart is her resilience and her rare storyline about living with bipolar disorder, which brought important conversations to daytime TV. After over 3,000 episodes, Sharon seems to be moving past her history with Nick, but their iconic connection keeps fans wondering what's next. Number 5. Melody Thomas Scott as Nikki Reed Newman, 1979 to 2025. Melody Thomas Scott has portrayed Nikki Reed Newman since 1979. Just a year after the character debuted, Nikki started as a free-spirited exotic dancer with a rough past, but her romance with Victor Newman transformed her into a leading lady. Their love story, spanning over 40 years, is the heart of the show, though Nikki has faced her share of struggles, including turbulent relationships with others. In the 1990s, Scott called Nikki's quieter storylines a slump, missing the drama of her earlier days. With over 3,000 episodes, Scott's influence ensures Nikki stays in the thick of the action, balancing her role as a mother with the chaos that defines her life. Number 4. Joshua Morrow as Nicholas Newman, 1994 to 2025. Joshua Morrow joined as Nicholas Newman in 1994, playing a character aged up from a child to a teenager. Nick's early years were wild, with tragedies like losing children and betrayals in his marriage to Sharon. His love triangle with Sharon and Phyllis dominated his storylines, as he struggled to choose between them. Nick, appearing in over 3,800 episodes, is often the show's hero, stepping in to help others despite his own challenges. His drive to step out from his father Victor's shadow keeps him grounded, making him a fan favorite for his good heart and complex choices. Number 3. Peter Bergman as Jack Abbott, 1989 to 2025. Peter Bergman took over as Jack Abbott in 1989, after the role was originated by another actor. Jack, part of the rival Abbott family, is a passionate, unpredictable man whose feud with Victor Newman fuels much of the show's drama. Bergman's portrayal, spanning nearly 4,000 episodes, has made Jack a household name, even appearing in other shows like The Nanny. Jack's fiery nature often puts him at odds with others, but his loyalty to his family shines through. His mercurial personality, as Bergman once described, keeps him compelling after over 3 decades. Number 2. Doug Davidson as Paul Williams, 1980 to 2020. Doug Davidson played Paul Williams from 1980 to 2020, a rare case of one actor owning a role for 40 years. Paul started as a rebellious bad boy tied to Nikki's story, but grew into a private investigator and later a police chief. His romance with lawyer Christine Blair was a highlight, blending their personal and professional lives. With nearly 4,000 episodes, Paul became a steady, heroic figure, leaving his wild days behind. Davidson's role shrank to recurring status in 2018, and he left in 2020, but his legacy as Paul remains strong. Number 1. Eric Braeden as Victor Newman, 1980 to 2025. Eric Braeden is the heart of the Young and the Restless, playing Victor Newman since 1980. Originally a short-term role, Victor became the show's core, appearing in over 4,300 episodes. His business empire and rivalry with Jack Abbott drive the series, while his love for Nikki defines his softer side. Braeden's Victor is both ruthless and caring, a complex mix that earned him a Daytime Emmy. If Braeden ever leaves, Victor's departure would leave a massive gap, as he's been the face of the show for decades. The Young and the Restless thrives because of its unforgettable characters and the actors who bring them to life. From Michael Baldwin's transformation to Victor Newman's commanding presence, these stars have shaped daytime TV for generations. As the show continues into 2025, their legacies remind us why this soap opera remains a timeless favorite.